Jersey.
Beats.
North. Yo. You know off the rip they gon' spin a block. Something dirty gonna make this drill hot, fuck a plot. If we get caught it is, well fuck a cop. Choppers going hand in hand, you know he gonna feed the block. I'm up now. 2026, only couple niggas I trust. Gang, how you doing with the gang? Only niggas I will fund. For my enemies, don't pop out and test your luck. Them shots send a nigga up, meaning and give him a plug. After I get even, I get my shit bigger than sub. Insurance on them pounds, they covered by AC Trust. 40% off the pound, I got it. For the love, she gonna give me pussy Tuesday, Thursday for the love. And on Saturdays when she starts to fall in love. And I'ma hit Sunday days when she tryna cuff. She call me my middle name or she call me love. I'ma keep her out the trap because I don't trust. Change your attitude with a blade I swift fast. Move forward through the trials, tribulations. ICE immigration still has it segregated. It's still the same, another 1,000 years will pass. The universe, fuck a curse, live without repeat. Fuck a earth, sentence and sleep into space. We need to rebirth. These space, swing glass to his chest. Putting glass, make his nipple touch. 30 shots hit the head. Let's see, they didn't wanna show no love. Keep it up. 2K on her fucking fragrance. Baddie, her sex amazing. But her pussy require more maintenance. Baddies, I'll make them shake it. Throw up your gang, we gonna show some love. Spin a block with flow. I'ma earn my respect. Hollow with this chest. 30 shots, only 12 hit. 10 bullets weren't blessed. Nigga survive a hit. Then an hour later died. Nigga, that's some tragic shit. That's some tragic shit. Bah, bah.
Roll to more media, man. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button. We gotta talk about this Epstein. Make sure y'all share this out. It's about to get critical, man. We're gonna start this off with one of the audios from one of the victims on Jeffrey Epstein. We're gonna get into the whole thing with Prince Andrew, Trump, Jay-Z, Pusha T, all of that, man. All of that. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We're gonna start off with this audio real quick. Roll to more media, man.
From break. The time is 10:49 on Friday, July 25th.
Okay. All right. So we've talked around this issue, but talked about it a little bit. I want to spend the next hour or so, or however long it takes. I want to focus kind of exclusively on Epstein and like his criminal conduct with respect to women. Do you said yesterday a couple times that like you now kind of recognize or think that there was things that he did that you didn't know about and that he kept from you or that you didn't see. What did you see? So you said yesterday, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, that at some point he was getting massages 7 days a week, sometimes multiple massages a day. Women have said that were there, that say they were there giving him massages, said that those included some sort of sexual conduct, however you define that in the broadest sense, not just a traditional massage regularly. So what did you see and hear at the time? And then I think, aside from what you saw and heard at the time, now that you've been through what you've been through and heard people say what they've said and read what they read, where does that leave you in your mind with what happened?
Okay. So I saw Epstein with women. What I mean by that is he would have women around him, or women on the plane, or women in his house, or that's how I'm explaining that. Those women were very interested. What my characterization of the relationships between all women that I saw with him and him was characterized by, excuse me, their interest in him as I would see it. And by that I mean I never saw anybody who didn't want to be with him, be with him maybe socially or whatever. I never saw anybody not under any form of duress in any type of situation where they were, as I would characterize it, looking uncomfortable or in any way distressed. In the entire time I was with him, traveled with him, I never saw that. So anytime I saw anybody with him, they were happy to be with him. He would ask people all the time, whoever you were, to massage his feet. It just was, he'd be sitting there and he'd have somebody massage his feet or squeeze his shoulders, or I saw that a lot. It was an ubiquitous interaction, if you will. So I did see that. I saw.
Of course, they're not gonna feel. She's not gonna see them distressed because they were man young and he was paying them. He was giving them everything they want. Like, so of course you're not gonna really see that at first. Like, they was enjoying the luxuries of this, you know.
Who's speaking, Flo? Who voice is that?
That's one of the victims. That's one of the victims that came out. They were doing interviews, like audio and video interviews. They blur their faces out though, so we don't know exactly who's who. But they blur their faces out in the video and in the audio. But it's one of the victims that called reported him.
Oh wow. And who this allegation is on? Epstein, Trump?
This is Epstein. Shit, Epstein and others. They was all there.
Oh,
But this is just directly for Epstein. She basically saying that she traveled with him. She didn't really see no distress in other females the whole time she was there. And then she explained the whole massages, how he was getting them. He was getting them to massage him, but paying them girls $200 to massage him and stuff. That's how he was really getting them. And then when they was coming there, it started off with a massage. And then after, he started like trying to get them more money to do extra stuff. Like,
oh wow.
perverted stuff.
Yeah. He got exactly what he was supposed to get, but the thing is a lot of question marks, man.
Yeah.
Surrounding it, a lot of question marks surrounding the case, these paperworks. Is this coming from the new information that just came out, or this is old?
This is all new for real. This is all new. It just got released. The new information, they released a new data set, but that's a whole bunch of PDFs, emails of of all of them, like the back and forth, Pusha T in the emails. It's just a whole bunch of emails. But we're gonna get into that too, because there are pictures also. So we'll get into those pictures too. Right now, this is not even in the data set. This is just the audio recording that they was doing the interviews. The feds was interviewing them. Now the data sets, that's when they had all the pictures, the emails, and all that stuff. Some of the victims' diaries was in there too. They was writing about it.
We are resuming from break, and it's
regularly. So, what do you what did you see and hear at the time? And then I think, aside from what you saw and heard at the time, now that you've been through what you've been through and heard people say what they've said and read what they read, where does that leave you in your mind with what happened?
Okay. So I saw Epstein with women. What I mean by that is he would have women around him, or women on the plane, or women in his house, or that's how I'm explaining that. Those women were very interested. What my characterization of the relationships between all women that I saw with him and him was characterized by, excuse me, their interest in him as I would see it. And by that I mean I never saw anybody who didn't want to be with him, maybe socially or whatever. I never saw anybody not under any form of duress in any type of situation where they were, as I would characterize it, looking uncomfortable or in any way distressed. In the entire time I was with him, or traveled with him, I never saw that. So anytime I saw anybody with him, they were happy to be with him. He would ask people all the time, whoever you were, to massage his feet. He'd be sitting there and he'd have somebody massage his feet or squeeze his shoulders, or I saw that a lot. It was an ubiquitous interaction, if you will. So I did see that. I saw physicality, but not anything that was I don't know how to characterize it. Anything that looked aggressive, I suppose, to define that. So I never saw an aggressive move. I never saw anything that was
non-consensual.
Yeah, well, thank you. Okay. I never saw anything that was non-consensual. So if he, well, maybe they didn't. I never saw anything that looked like they didn't like the hug, or I never saw what I would characterize as anything that was unconsensual.
Did you see him either receiving or participating in sexual conduct during massages? Understanding you never saw something non-consensual. Did you see him engage in sexual conduct during massages?
Well, you could define sexual conduct as in, I did see women who could have been, less than normally clad for massage, but especially on the island where they would be in a bikini or possibly even topless. Yeah, I did see that. So you would.
But what about yes, I agree. That's one area. So women who were either not clothed or topless with just a bottom on. But beyond that, did you see as part of that him touching them? And again, I'm not talking about consent or not consent or age or, I'm saying like there's multiple, dozens and dozens of women who have said that they engaged in sexual contact. And I agree there's a broad range of how that can be defined, but defining it in the broadest of terms.
I saw him being physical with women. I did see that, but nothing that was not consensual. And to address the issue of the large number of women who today say that he was non-consensual or coercive with them, I'm not sure. In my mind, I sort of have to characterize the two distinct areas. There's one where is the women who are not of age. Therefore, anything with them is immediately unconsensual.
Correct.
So let's start. And I want to define anyone who's underage versus anybody who's overage, because I do think that there's a very significant differential between the two.
Well, so does the law. Yeah.
Yes, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mean that.
I agree
I'm
with
just-
you. Yes, I
okay.
agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to deal with the thing which is really why we're here. I mean, not that I'm not going to deal with the other, but I just
Yeah.
want to make a distinction with underage situation because there's nothing about that that's right. I never saw anything with anybody who was certainly, to be categorical from my trial. Let's deal with that because that's something that I can say. I never saw that with them at all, and I would say that as described anyway in my trial did not happen as described. I'm not saying that Mr. Epstein did not do those things. I'm not casting those. I'm not going to say. I don't feel comfortable saying that today, given what I now know to be true. So I'm not here to defend him. But what I can say is that I did not participate in that activity. And
So let's divide this into two areas. Maybe there's more, but we'll start with two areas. One is there was testimony, and there's certainly been depositions and public statements that some of these young women had conversations with you about their age. So, for example, conversations about the fact that they were in high school, or conversations about the fact that they wanted to go to college one day, which would necessarily mean, well, not necessarily, but would be more likely to mean that they were in high school. They talked to you about that. And so were there women that you knew were underage? And I say that because that's different than whether they were sexually abused in any way by Mr. Epstein, just merely their age and going to give him a massage.
no, I never knew that, and I can categorically state that had any child said to me that they were 14, 15, 16, maybe not 17, because 17 in England, I mean, if someone had said they were 17, I've read so much that did happen. I mean, I would never have permitted such a thing. I don't even know what I would have done.
So some of I think even someone who testified at trial that certainly publicly talked about was as young as 14 when she was introduced to Mr. Epstein. In your mind today, you don't you kind of reject that happened, that you saw that, meaning you don't recall any obviously under 18 woman coming to give him a massage.
Well, I believe you're talking about Jane, and I'm very happy to address that. I actually don't think that the testimony is correct. I don't believe.
Look, I don't.
No, I'm not. I just want to tell
you
how.
I don't want to get into.
No. I'm not.
No,
No, absolutely not. I don't want to go there. I'm not going to do that. But I believe that what took place with a lot of these people is that there was a slide, right? So there was a zone, and he did meet her, and I did meet her, and I knew that she was a young child, and I knew that she was not an adult, but I don't believe he met her till she was 16. So I'm not doing a he said, she said. I'm not doing that because that's not what we're here for.
Okay.
But he didn't meet her till she was 16. And the entire testimony of the 14, 15, and 16-year-old is therefore not accurate. Did I meet her when she was 16 with her mother? I absolutely did. And did I know that she was young? I absolutely did. But everything that took place that was alleged at trial at the 14 and 15 and 16 is not accurate. And
there's testimony, and again, I'm using testimony in the broadest sense. Some of this is just public statements or something that's come out in civil lawsuits about you and Mr. Epstein giving like you're turning 18 birthday card to somebody, which again, if true, would by definition mean you knew that she was under 18. Do you recall doing that?
I do not. I mean, no memory of that at all. And I believe that would be the person that called herself Kate has now announced herself in her own podcast for who she really is. Her name is. So I did not meet until actually she was either 20 or 21. So it would be very hard for me to have given her an 18 birthday card. And the testimony, there's
you
also
accept-
that slid back.
Do you accept that at some point, and we talked about this yesterday about how Mr. Epstein changed, but at some point, Mr. Epstein definitely preferred younger women.
I accept.
And I think you said yesterday, but say it again since we're talking about it. Is that something that you, in your mind, one of the areas where he changed from when you first met him until later?
So I just also want to be clear, I never understood that change to encompass children. I did see from when I met him, he was involved or friends with, or whatever, however you want to characterize it, with women who were in their 20s. And then the slide to 18 or younger looking women. But I never considered that this would encompass criminal behavior. It never.
And so when you read, I guess 2 different times, right? One was during the Florida investigation when there were eventually public statements from some of these now women who testified about what they did with Mr. Epstein when they were under 18. At that point, did you realize, or did you think to yourself, this happened, or this could have happened, I missed it, or were you at that point still in the mindset that they were either not telling the truth or were not remembering what happened the way that accurately?
That's a very fair question. So I think that my view of this at that time, call it as contemporaneously as it did, because I don't think that stuff came out in public. I mean, I may have read things, but I don't. My first real memory of that is at the trial. But my viewpoint, if you will, was set from the minute that lied in her civil deposition, and I could never recover from that because.
Which lie? What are you referring to?
Her entire characterization
Okay.
of. Now, I don't remember how she came and whether I did.
I see.
But I'm talking about the first time she came to Epstein's house, which I knew to be false. So from that first lie of that description, I could never recover from that.
I understand. Okay. So.
And that tainted, sorry, just so that we're clear, it tainted then the testimony of everybody else that I saw that came post that, because I had my own personal experience.
Them too on the side.
Yeah.
You trying to defend them, and
the reason why I think, and I said to Mr. Marcus that this morning that we were going to talk about this, because when I think about you and the public's perception of Mr. Epstein, the public is left with the view that nobody in the world knows what really happened except for you. Okay. Now you've explained the last day and a half how some of that's just a misperception because you didn't have a key to his house. You weren't around as much as maybe everybody claims you were. Okay. But there still is this perception out there that, oh my gosh, if we could talk to Miss Maxwell, we would know how horrible Mr. Epstein was, or how misperceived he was, whatever the truth is.
Okay, so this is Maxwell talking right here. This is Maxwell, that's the one they said that he was in, that told him everything he know allegedly. So this is Maxwell in the recording right now. That's all I was wondering. I'm like, I just know she defended him, but she was there. She saw a lot of the stuff that was there. She did say she saw them children, in bikinis and all that stuff, and she did say some of them are actually like over exaggerating their story, but still they were still there though. And then you was there too, and you wasn't saying nothing. You sat there, you took his money, and you watch all these children come and go in there. It's crazy. So this is Ghislaine Maxwell, his accomplice. So we got some files though. I got some files in the queue I'm about to play in a second. We play 5 more minutes of this, and then we're gonna get into the PDF files for all the new stuff that came out, journals with the girls and everything. Then we're gonna get into that Pusha T, that Jay-Z, and that Trump.
About Mr. Epstein. And the challenge in my mind, just to be, I told you I would tell you when I had issues. And the challenge in my mind is that so many women have said that Mr. Epstein sexually assaulted them, whether juveniles or adults, that I don't find it, that's persuasive, right? That happened.
Okay, so
And so if that's persuasive, then, and I think it's beyond contestation that he preferred younger women, and it's also beyond, I think, at this point, there were certainly circumstances that underage women, well, I don't want to say that you agree with me on that. I certainly believe that there were younger age women that were abused by him. Okay. So the layer that I really want to have a frank discussion about is some of these women have said, oh yes, Ms. Maxwell was there, to varying degrees. She saw me there. The door was open when I was there, and then much more egregious, right? That you participated and that you were part of it. And so what I really want you to have an opportunity to say to us is where on the spectrum the truth is, whether it's somewhere in the middle, whether it's one extreme or another extreme. Understanding, in my mind, I'm talking about 1994, 5 to whenever, late 90s, early 2000s.
And let me just interrupt. And all I would say is we're not here to say anything one way or the other about Epstein. I agree with you that the evidence is overwhelming against him, and he's his own person and has to deal with that. But Galen can speak about what she knows,
yes,
and from her point of view and what she did, and that's what you can talk about, Galen.
Okay, so I think it's helpful to put this on the time on the calendar, because I think without that we're lost. So I would say we'll go from the beginning. 91, no. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6. Now, in that time frame, you have the allegations of Jane, who I dispute. I don't think he met her till she was.
Let's not talk about individuals.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but there's only. So in that time period, I'm only aware of her. I'm aware of a girl who said, but and
why she keep like pinpointing Jane and pinpointing like, oh, she was 16, bro? That is young. But probably the state they in probably is legal, but that's still young as hell if he like 30, 40 years old. That's crazy.
Those I don't know of any others, and if there are other people who are making allegations about it, I'm not actually aware of them. I may have read them but I don't know. So I think in the early 90s period, I think I'm fairly confident, and I can say that at least as characterized, it's just false. It's just, it didn't happen as said. Now, did it happen? Did he involve himself? I knew about Jane because I saw her come to the house, but I saw her with her mother. I know that her allegations are that there were orgies, for instance, but the people that she suggests were in her orgies didn't even work for Epstein until 98 or 99. Did he do orgies with those people? And I don't know anybody who was there who said that they did. I certainly didn't see it. So I can't say that happened. Did she do it with someone else? I don't know. The stories really start, the allegations really begin with, and I think that you have to shift his behavior, such as it was. There was one in California who made an allegation. There was a woman who said that I didn't know about. So I think I would call her the first person. I'd be aware of him using his position to.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to I don't want to have you. I don't think it's helpful for us to have you kind of address each allegation.
Okay.
I want you to clear your mind and just tell the truth about it. So I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. I'm saying just putting aside what other people have said or what their lawyers have said or what they testified to or, the rumors in the press, push those aside. You were there. And so when you go back to that time period, 92, 93, 99, 2000, 2001, during that time period, what did you see when it comes to young women and massages?
All right, so I saw him receive massages. He had regular masseuses in the 90s, people who were standard and who traveled with him, and I saw that. He was living in that Iranian house, and now that I look back, I didn't stay there, but I would go to manage the house. I would see women, models, or people that he would have come to the house. I know that I thought that he was with Eva still at that time. That's what I believed. And then subsequently believed that even though she married him, I actually subsequently believed that the baby that she had was his.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah, of course.
Can I just ask some basic top line questions?
Yes.
Were you ever in a massage room with him and a masseuse?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
Well, he would come in sometimes and he would say, oh, give her a massage here, or he would grab my, but not often. I mean, he did come in from time to time.
Were you ever in a massage?
She didn't answer the question, right? He asked her, when was it? She never told her. She never told that dude just now when, the time, nothing. Because she's trying to wiggle herself out of here. She ain't say nothing. She like, oh, time. He grabbed no. He asked you when. She ain't specify when. She ain't want to say when because she ain't want to get caught up and say oh, you was in the massage room with them young girls too. So that makes you, guilty.
Room with him with a masseuse that was naked or giving him any sexual favors?
I never saw that. That I remember.
Okay. Did any of the masseuses ever discuss with you giving that they gave sexual favors to Epstein?
No.
Did you ever see an underage girl go into a massage room with Mr. Epstein?
No.
What?
If you had seen that, what would you have done?
Nothing.
Would you have left?
I can't even conceive. I can't even conceive of. I can't imagine what I would have done.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Did you ever observe Mr. Epstein masturbating during a massage?
Yes.
I
mean, when I'd seen him on a massage table, I had seen him masturbate. I don't know if there was a masseuse present, but I've seen him on a massage table.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I just.
Did you ever see him masturbate with a masseuse? With a naked woman, either giving a massage or reporting to give him a massage?
I don't remember seeing that.
Did you give him massages, by the way? I mean, there's a photo of you rubbing his feet, and I think.
I never. I certainly have been in the massage room with him, and I have certainly rubbed his feet, and when he would talk, but I was not a masseuse, and I didn't perform massage on him.
Did you, over the years, did you pay the masseuses?
It was typically not my job, but if there was nobody else, normally, so in Palm Beach, the houseman would give the money, and in New York, he would do that because I wouldn't be in New York when I don't remember ever paying a masseuse in New York.
So it wasn't your job
No.
on a regular basis to pay the masseuses. So if there was a masseuse 7 days a week, it wasn't expected that 7 days a week you would be the one handing them money.
Mostly I would not. I'm not saying I never did it because that wouldn't be true, but it was not my job to pay him. I mostly recall he would either pay them himself, he would have money, or the houseman, and I think some of them would have probably received checks.
And so just picking up on what Mr. Marcus was just asking you, did you participate in sexual activity with him with a masseuse, like at the same time?
No.
And so the testimony, I don't know if there was testimony, but the women who have said that that happened, categorically, that's not true.
That is categorically not true.
Did you, moving past moving into the 2000s?
I mean, I just want to say that
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
have been, I mean, I remember there'd be times when he'd be getting a massage and I would be in the room, I could be on his feet and somebody else could be on his feet and we could be talking. So there is that.
But that's not, you're
No.
not talking about something that's sexual. You're talking about literally just rubbing his feet.
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
No,
I'm
okay, but
saying,
they could be, sometimes the women might be topless who were giving that. So you could say that was sexual in a context.
no, I'm talking about the repeated reports of certain sex acts happening with you present and even participating.
No.
Did you, in the 2000s time period, so moving a little more recently, when you talked about it yesterday about how your relationship with Mr. Epstein changed and was changing, and you ultimately met somebody else, did you observe any, massages or young women giving him massages later on, so after 2000, 2001 time period?
I'm sure I did.
And was there anything different about what you observed during that period and the 90s as far as frequency, his conduct towards them?
I think the frequency increased. I think he went from 1 to 2 in that time period. But I did not see, I have no recollection of ever seeing a child entering the house and giving him a massage. At that time, he had moved me out of the main house. I had moved into an office with John Alessi, the former butler, under the stairs. So I had an office where I would be that was not part of the house. If I saw people, and I'm not saying I didn't see people come to give a massage, that wouldn't be true either, but if I saw someone, let's say, I don't remember ever seeing anybody that I would characterize as a child. Now, specifically, someone who accused me of seeing her at the time when she came, if I did see her, and I don't believe I did see her or meet her at all, but if she did, she was, as she's described herself now, was very mature and looked in her 20s. So could somebody have come that was more mature looking than the allegation of what she did look like with a photograph that was produced as evidence? Yes. I never recall at any time seeing what I would characterize as a child coming to give him a massage and going upstairs. Did I see people come? I absolutely did. I just didn't see children. I didn't see anybody I would think of as a child. And if I had seen a child, I'm not sure what I would have done.
Did you, just talking, like coming out a little bit of just bigger picture, do you, at the time that you were in his life, was he did he seem to you to be a sexual deviant or I don't know what the right way to describe it, but when you say to me, he was getting massages every single day, right? So young women were everywhere, multiple massages on some days, flew with the women to the island, to New York, Paris. There's always women. They're always rubbing him, giving him massages. I think it would be an understatement to say that that's not normal.
I agree.
We've all kind of been part of the Epstein story over the past several years, but you were there at the time, okay? What was it like at the time? I mean, was he a creepy guy when it came to that sort of thing? Was he protective of how he looked publicly, image-wise? Like at the time, what was it like?
I think if he had been creepy, like as you would define, and you would expect someone who was living that lifestyle to be creepy, I don't think the women would have been there. I don't think that they thought of him as creepy. And if they did, I never saw them behave like he was being weird. Was it a lot? Yes, it was, for sure. I found it overwhelming, and I couldn't understand why it was interesting, because to me, it's not interesting. But he, as he defined it, he found it invigorating. He liked being with younger people. And I'm just younger people. I'm just saying, because they gave him ideas and they were up to date on music and
Yeah, but that's
slang.
different than like
But
a
I'm just
masseuse
saying,
coming every
I'm
day.
just telling you what he was saying
Yeah.
to me. I mean, to me, I just found it a drag and difficult and annoying.
Did you,
But understand, I wasn't the only person present. So this time in the 2000s, you're talking about other people like Sarah Cullen, who was around, who interfaced with him. I didn't have to. She was really interfacing with Epstein at this point in time in his life. She was running his. She was his assistant, and
Well-
so I didn't have to.
that's a fair point, but move beyond his assistants or the folks that work with him. What about his friends and the people that were associated with him? That it couldn't be, it doesn't, I don't understand how this is an after fact of Mr. Epstein. So once he's arrested in Florida, it becomes part of his story. And then later on, he's charged in Southern District. And then here we are now in 2025. But he was a very successful, hardworking guy. And he had a lot of clients and he flew with them on vacations and went to the island. It doesn't, I don't understand how he was able to hide this, what seems to me to be some sort of sexual fixation or issue from others.
I don't think he did hide it. I think that's the answer, and I think that the people around him, myself included,
Yeah.
obviously, normalized his behavior on a number of fronts. One, I think because it was a because so many people saw it, of such a high caliber down, that never seemed to think it would, well, if they thought it was strange, probably they never said it at the time. So it became sort of like it was his thing, right? He was always around with women. Now, I understand that it's very unattractive, especially in light of everything that we know today. But at the time, the only way I can sort of try and describe it is through Sex and the City, the movie, the show on telly, where that lifestyle is described on the TV show constantly. There are always these women around and men who like it, and a lot of the men that I know like women, and so maybe not as overtly as Epstein, but he was overt, not covert, except obviously in the context of the criminal.
Man, this is nasty work. I don't, yo, really and truly, she ain't talking about nothing, man. She's slightly trying to protect them and protect herself at the same time. So I don't really like, but that was Maxwell, it was like a 40-minute interview. Let's get to these files, man. Let's get the PDF file up. Let's get it, man. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, share this live out. Let's get to the next thing, man. This ain't nothing. This is like a little warm up. Now let's get to the actual stuff we want to get to. The files. Let's separate this real quick. Separate these. All right, hold on. Let me see something. Split view. All right, so this is like from the victims, right? What we about to see on the screen right now. We about to see journals, writing, a whole bunch of stuff. It's this PDF. It's like it's 152 in this data set 12. This is only the first PDF file. They got 81 images in here, different pages, 81 pages, and this is the first PDF file. So let's put this on the screen real quick. Shout out to everybody. Tom, Chino, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm waiting to see the files. This will be the first time I'm seeing them.
Word.
Oh man. Oh man. See, and you see Top, he missed the other live when I was showing the pictures of the island when they was on the island, all the
Man.
kids and stuff. Yeah, he didn't see that live.
Oh, that shit was. Whew. That's
Kids was on the island, they was taking selfies and everything. Pictures, they was on the beach, everything. Like it was wild. So I'm saying, listening to her, like Maxwell, I'm just like, nah, stay in there. Take your 20 and be quiet. All right, so this is the first PDF file. So this is brand new. This was released today. Less than 24 hours this been released. Let me see if I can get it up on hold on. How you put this full screen? Okay, there we go. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Make sure y'all share this out for me. This is a journal, I believe. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so the first time I'm really going through these files too. This is brand new. They released this. So I'm trying to figure out how you do this. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So this is May 10th, 2012. I'm trying to figure out what is this. Okay. It says integrity, purpose, why I exist, principles, what I stand for, intentions. So this was written May 15, 2012. So it's like, okay, so I am told that wanting, let me keep my screen. I can zoom into this, right? Let's zoom in a little bit, guys. Yeah, this gonna be a long one right here. So I am told that writing each week while I'm bad at that will help me deal with the trauma that has gotten me here. I saw another girl here writing in her journal like this, and she said it was to overcome, I don't know what that says, perfectionism. So I decided to try it too. I don't think I like it, but I'm going to make the goal of writing at least twice a week. This is crazy. Like these girls young as hell, and he had them writing in their journals like while they was there. Like this is like some cult type, you know?
definitely like definitely some cult type vibe. Ish. Yeah, some Handsmaid. I don't know if y'all know the series, The Handsmaid Tale. Definitely on some Handsmaid Tale shit. Yeah, and even that wasn't a cult. When if y'all get a chance, do
Mm-hmm.
yourself a favor, go look at Handsmaid Tale. Yeah.
This is maybe more, but I always say that and never do. But since it's for trauma, I don't know what that says. Okay, but it would be a good to try and make a connection with the staff member and tell them everything. I wish I can say I feel like going to blank helped. I don't know what that says. Oh, help since. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is her little journal, right? So this is her just like she's venting, and she's writing and venting, and this is crazy. Like the trauma that these girls are in. And the crazy thing is, like, they redacted their names and everything, so we don't know who these like victims are. Besides, probably about a couple of them that actually came out and like revealed themselves. But everyone else is redacted. Names, everything. They even in the photos, their faces were like blurred out. They put the redacted on their faces. Dear blank, if you could climb into my skin, see yourself through my eyes, you will never again doubt your beauty, your worth, or whether or not you are lovable. Since you cannot take this climb, I'll be here. I'll be right here in your heart to help you remember who you really are. With all my heart, I wish you love and joy, plus joy. Signed, redacted. Redacted that out. They redacted that. This is more of her journal. This is wild. Let me go back. Let me see what the pages in here. All right, so this is all her journal. Let me see. So this is like, oh, okay. So let's get down here. Let's go to page. Let's go to page 10. Let's see what's going on in page 10. All right. Like he like ruined their self-esteem, everything. Like he like really like damaged these poor girls for real. And it was one thing I wanted to point out, even with Maxwell. She said that one of the victims, she saw one of the victims with her mom. Like, what is the mom doing at Epstein house with their kid? You see what I'm saying?
Some gave their kids over with permission.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what people gotta understand. Everything wasn't just him. No, no. The
Mm-hmm.
money, he talk and bullshit. You know the rest. Yeah.
Damn. Damn, this is more of the journal.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, it's at the children's expense. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
money talk
There.
and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Chris. Mm-hmm.
no money talk. You know the rest. Money talk, bullshit walk.
All right, so this says, Dear blank, I'm so sad to see you leave. You brighten my days and always make me smile. Perhaps, yes, I don't know you super well. They put in parentheses, I so wish I did. But I feel as though we're close because of the warmth and lightness I feel when you're near. Thanks for your support and gorgeous smile. Stay strong and never change. You're sweet, beautiful, inside and out, kind-hearted, down to earth. My list could go and go on. It's another writing in the journal. All right, so let's keep going down. More of the journal. And we're on page 17. Just keep going down. This is wild, yo. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all share this out. While y'all here, I want y'all to hear something real quick. Oh, we got talking doing. Let me see. Talk my phone. Let me see.
Damn, it just chipped in. That's crazy.
Nah, I ain't even see you in the back. I ain't even see.
No, I'm saying, so these journals that's being written, right? Is this by the victim or is this by Epstein himself?
No, those are the victims' journals.
Mm. But some of them sound like they repeating the words of him. I'm not gonna lie, but this is just my opinion.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're so traumatized, and you know what I'm saying. After he done traumatized them, he start trying to compliment them and do all types of, you know what I'm saying. So they go back, and then you have to remember there's a thing called Stockholm syndrome. You feel me? Where the person starts to even fall in love with their kidnapper. You know what I'm saying? And different stuff like that. Like again, a lot of these, like you said earlier, what the mother's doing there, again, money talk and BS walks. So yeah, permission. As long as that money getting paid, of course you can have little Timmy. Of course you can have Sarah or whatever the frick they name is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's a fact, Gus. That's a fact.
Long as the money rolling in, it's crazy. Wild work. Yeah.
So let's keep going through the journal. Let's see, it's going down.
Yeah.
Or another redacted file. Uh, Okay, let's keep going down. I have to do that from the screen a little bit. This is the victim's journals, man. It's weird. Like it's like kitty journal type, you know? It is like a kitty journal. Okay, let's see what's in here. Let's go to page 31. And this is 81 page. This is not even like the whole thing. This is file 1 out of 152. Like I'm not even understanding. Like these files, it was 5,700 files. Man, I don't understand. They don't understand how bad this is. It's just me. This is a dog. Wow. It's 81 files. This is 81 files of journals, bro. You're not even understanding this. This is beyond nasty work. Let's go to page 61 and see what's on here.
It's cruddy, nasty, dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
Cruddy, disgusting, foul, fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You two forgive me if f bombs slip out from here and there. It's just you know what it reminds me of? The bathroom of the gym that I go into, and the bar, and yeah, just yeah.
All 81 pages, man. It's all journals. All journals. Like
And this is
this is
just
why y'all gotta
this still the appetizer. That's what the live don't even know. For y'all that's tuning in, y'all, this is the appetizer. This ain't even even me. I only know names. I'm not gonna say anything right now. I only know names. I haven't seen anything yet. Neither live. So yeah.
let's get to PDF 2. This is not even I'm not even gonna order, but I skipped to this one because the ones before this were
Yeah.
journal.
You know so okay.
Let me separate the page real quick. Hold on. You know what?
I
Let's go
wouldn't
to
have known that. Yeah.
the next page. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Can I go back? Okay, hold on. Let me pull this page up. This is 1260. All right, let's bring this page up real quick. Let me share the screen. Y'all don't even understand like the magnitude of like these files and why they so crazy. That's what y'all don't understand. Like this is really like some this is probably the worst. This is the worst. It's the worst shit I've seen. I'm not gonna lie. This might be the worst like thing I've seen like ever. Like the case, the way how it is, the amount of victims. You see, they try to do this to Diddy and all them, right? But they ain't nothing compared to Epstein. And people used to always have these speculations and stuff back then. And it's just like now the Epstein file comes out like what, almost 10 years later. You know, so it's kind of like I've been holding this information for so long. Now y'all drop it. Like that he mysteriously like offs himself in prison. Like, come on. But we're gonna go to the next one. Let's go to 273-1341. There's so many files of this. There's so many files. Y'all can't even get through this in one live. It's gotta be broken down into pieces.
Yeah. They don't know, but they'll soon find out.
I don't know what this is supposed to be. Let's get through it. Um. Uh. Okay. So this is just like a picture. I don't know exactly. Like he's gonna go through the files again. Nope. You like your banner? This is 2000 and okay, it's cut out. I wonder super hard on this just for you. I'm so happy that you are so close. Now you don't worry. I won't forget about you while I'm in California and Florida. I mean, who could forget you? LOL. Anyway, it's been great. Talk to you later. What? Why is this picture like look like a girl alone in the corner? A dog shoes recorded, but he most likely recorded everything also, even from a
Some weird
thousand.
shit. Some,
Yeah,
some weird paintings.
this is weird. Like this is weird.
Very.
Yeah, what the like what is this? It's a lot of fouls, guys. You see, like this never this it will never end. And I don't even understand. Like if there's a way to play these, if there's a way to play these like these PDF files without me having to control it, I can go to sleep and guarantee you I can go to sleep and wake up and it's still another 4,000 files. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because these PDF files, you click them and then when you open them up, it'd be like 200 pages in one. This one got 20. So we're going to do the 20, see what's in here. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Make sure y'all hit that like button, double tap the screen. Make sure y'all become a subscriber, you know. Shout out to Blunt. All right, let's go back to this. See what's going down. Okay, so we about to go to the next PDF file, right? Let's go to the next one because this one has like a lot of pictures and Oh, let's go back. So this is 13. This is 31341. All right.
Mm.
Oh shit, my fault, my fault. I pressed the wrong button.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's just there. You can split the screen, but when I press back, it pressed back on both pages. Like, I was like, "What? You kicked me out." All right, so 31341. Let's go back. Let me share the screen. I think it was this one. Okay. All right, let's go back. 31341. Okay, let's go to 31361 and see what's going on here. They got this age restricted thing now. You gotta verify that you're 18. Tell it. Yeah, because these files is crazy. They crazy.
Mm.
This is like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. This is some more things. Wait, what? Oh, this is a journal. Oh my god. You know what? Let's go to
Mm-hmm.
page 25. Let's read this.
See what it's saying.
All right, let's get to this. Y'all ready? That's what it's on the screen. All right, let's get it, man. Pressure on the placenta. Things would have things would have to be different. She said I have to be brave and strong and listen to her directions so she can help safely get the baby out. I was terrified seeing so much blood on the bed and floor and started to panic. She had me flip over to my hands and knees and had me push and push, and it was so excruciating. I could feel everything as she tried to guide the baby out, but I was so tired. I felt I was dying, but suddenly she had caught a beautiful baby girl who made more than a whimper, but beautiful cry. So, were they having babies?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, were they
That
having babies?
I'm not surprised, but that's crazy.
The hell?
Yeah.
What the? What? What?
Something tell me that it's gonna get even more weirder from here.
Well, I feel like the girl at the bottom is the girl they probably. Let's go
Like,
back. 31361. Let's go to 31393. Let's see.
oh, it's a lot of stuff that's blotted out.
Can you see it? The screen?
Yeah, yeah.
You see what
It's
it
more.
says?
What is that?
Imagine if you can see it.
It's small on my end. So.
Oh, it's small end. Let me see. Let me zoom in. Probably small on theirs too. Yeah, let me zoom in and see if I can like, fix it for everybody. But it says So sorry, Jeffrey. These things happen when your body had never been given time to properly heal. So it came out in the toilet and I didn't know what to do. So I just flushed the tiny little fetus. You
You're
have made me
pregnant.
numb and I hate you for this. I hope I never have to see you again. I am not your personal incubator. Where is the baby? Where is Ghislaine? Desale? Maxwell, the other girl.
Yup.
Good night.
So he was getting them pregnant. You see? Yeah.
I think we all just sat there and read that.
That's wild, bro. So that's and talk about trauma on top of trauma. Even I'm trauma. Even I'm traumatized now. Fuck. Shit. No, I really am. Like yo, like I'm disgusted and traumatized. I don't even, bro. I just ate food. I ain't gonna lie. I don't. Nah, that's crazy. I should have, bro. Bro.
So I'm gonna read it again.
Nah, no.
Hold on. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Make sure I share the live out. If y'all just not coming into the live, I'm gonna read this again. So sorry, Jeffrey. These things happen when your body had never been given time to properly heal. So it came out in the toilet and I didn't know what to do. So I just flushed the tiny little fetus. You have made me numb and I hate you for this. I hope I never have to see you again. I am not your personal incubator. Where is the baby? Where is Ghislaine? I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Maxwell. Let's call her Max now. Which is the accomplice that was with Epstein in the house. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess you know what? So he had
So
Epstein
Maxwell
got one
wrote
of them.
that letter.
Yeah. I don't know who wrote the letter though. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was the victim that wrote this. But it was like, "Where's the baby? Where is Ghislaine?" They was asking, "Where is she at?" But she
Oh,
probably
okay.
wasn't there. So yeah. So yeah, he definitely did get a. So yeah, I have it, man. Jeffrey Epstein got one of the victims pregnant. Crazy. It was like an abortion, like a home abortion.
It sounded like he got two of them pregnant.
All right, let me keep going down. Let's see what else is in here. That's probably water blood. Why
That's
is
blood.
written? I don't think so. But why is
Uh,
it written like? You see what I'm saying? Why is it written like that? Okay, I get it now. It's written different. It's not. You can't
mm,
read it side to side. You got to read it up, down. Basically, sorry. Like sorry. It's that sorry Epstein.
but you know, so crazy
Yeah.
though. It's not like they were being held against their will. They could have left anytime they wanted to.
Some of them were taken though, because some of them were young though. Remember, you gotta remember this too. Remember this part right here. A lot of kids, they were taken too. They probably were sold to him also. That could be another thing too. Remember that other live I did when all them pictures were taken. When I took pictures of all the I said I took pictures. When they took the pictures of all the kids on the island,
Mm-hmm.
and you saw all them pictures when they was on the island, they was on the beach, they was having fun. Them
Yeah.
kids were like, they were like 14, 15, 13. He had youngins on there too. He probably had a whole bunch of offsprings that we don't even know about. It probably even got that bad. Cause I even know nothing about this. I didn't know any babies came like, you know,
And none of this was
because
released.
remember, I when I was reading it, a lot of like the stuff I was reading that for the audio, one of the victims like, oh, she never been what's her name. But then again, I've heard like they say like, yo, kids were everything, like and they were young before. A lot of them was like under the dates. They was under 16. He was grabbing them, paying them $200 for massages. Just imagine $200 back then was a lot of money.
Yes, this is true. This is also very true.
So let me see right there. What the world is this? All right, let's keep it going. Protect the vanishing children. What I wanted was a place where what I wanted was a place where dreams did not stop at dawn. Mm, mm. I won't let the pain keep me from surviving in the danger zone. Of the city. Oh my God! Look at this. Oh my God! You know what? Hold on. Let's we about to read this too. Let's read this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the halfway ultrasound for Jeffrey. This one stuck. After they took the first baby who survived in the early miscarriage, I think it was called "I No Longer Feel Like a Person but a Vessel." After they took the first baby who survived, okay, okay. Will they take this one too? Who was the first one? Where did Ghislaine go? She is never around. I can't let myself get attached. I am not old or mature enough or even in the place to have a baby that I will be responsible for. I am not even able to focus on anything other than hiding this again. I had to go to eating disorder treatment prior to being in this situation again and miss the entire fall semester of school. I am so very well exhausted. My body feels so tired. Will I ever be free?
Shit.
Oh, and I am such a monster. I didn't console her. I can't hear her screams. They haunt me. I couldn't even bring myself to look at her. I am a monster. I deserve to be haunted by her screams. I am sorry. Yup.
This is the baby being aborted.
Yeah. Yeah, they had up there it was like miscarriages. Okay, so I'm trying to see if I can read this. Hold on. It's written. I don't know why it's written like this.
You got to remember, not everybody got eligible writing.
No, they was writing in code. They didn't want no one to like be able to read this. This is written in that code. For real, for real. It's there though. You can read it, but you gotta read it a certain way. You don't read it. You don't read it. Left to right. You gotta read probably like down, up, down. Oh, so it might be like did, I didn't console her. All right. So the first, it's I didn't console her. Okay. I can't. Okay, it says I can't T U okay, T U. Okay, I can't, and then you and what? Yeah, it's kind of difficult. I will have to write this down, like write it down and try to like decode it myself. But this is a picture of the fetus.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I can't see that.
I am sorry, I am broken. That's what it says below the fetus.
I mean, of course you broken. You getting impregnated by somebody that's old enough to be your grand uncle and your grandfather put together. Like what? Come on. And then some of y'all young one that was there that's adults now, you ain't have nowhere else to go but him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had nowhere else to go but this weirdo. So now you have to put up with the weirdo acts being done to you from a weirdo because that's the only person you know. You don't know nobody else. You see? You see? Yeah, you see? That's not nice. That's not very nice. Yeah. So now you have to put up with a bunch of Effrey from Jeffrey. You understand me? Yeah, I them think that. That not you see? Yeah. Foolishness. And you see some even telling you they missing out on school. They missing out on semester. Some even missing out on their way to graduation. Messing with him. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time to fulfill your little weird sexual urge, pedophilic, weirdo, perverted sexual acts. Nobody got time for that. People picnic trying to go graduate, and then to the parents that's willingly giving the kids over, they not even thinking about that, or they thinking about that and paying a fee, or getting or no, not even paying the fee, collecting the fee. As long as they collecting the fee, like, oh yeah, you can have such and such. Yeah. See, and that's just
Fertility operation. Fertility operation. I didn't
that's
even
the
really. This is like my first time hearing that like girls was getting pregnant by Epstein.
not surprised though. It's my first time too, but I'm not surprised because remember, none of this was presented in trial. None of this. Just so people want
Nah, it
people
was
to,
sealed. It was sealed. That's what it
yeah.
was. Okay, there were
But
rumors
see
on this.
now,
Now I see it's true. Ghislaine was kidnapping kids for him.
but see now
Uh,
that has me thinking now. If it was sealed, right? Then did Jeffrey Epstein really commit suicide or ever committed suicide? Because I thought that when you get exposed, you get fully exposed. Hence Diddy. So, which leads me to believe again. Well then again, maybe I'm answering my own question. Because again, if you're gonna fully get exposed because some deal went bad or something, because somebody of this status, you don't just get caught up like this, even after you pass. You don't just get caught up like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get caught up like this. And then, even you being caught up, there's still some stuff that never touched the day of light. And now we getting into the crates or what, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah. So it's a lot of it's very weird. It's very fishy. It's very fishy. I don't even think the man committed suicide. And if he did commit suicide, then yeah, something went wrong that wasn't supposed to go wrong, at least for him. Because again, somebody this status or status quo, if you I want to say it or whatever the case, or if you want to think so or whatever the case may be, you don't just get caught up like this. And I want people to know on the live that there's multiple people that indulge in these kind of things and have the money and it is of the status of these men here and women. So you just never seen them or you probably will never see them. Yeah. You don't just get caught up like this. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't just get caught up like this. Oh, and then this is sealed off. No, this sounds like something went wrong that wasn't supposed to go wrong for him, and he end up getting caught up. Now, the stuff that he doing ain't right. So this would be like, okay, you got caught like an average person that's not wealthy, that's not rich. That's basically what I'm saying. Because the average person that had money and was not known but was doing this and got caught up, yeah, they going to the slammer. You're going, you definitely going. Yeah, you going. You go. You ain't got no connection. You got a whole lot of money, but you ain't got no connection to no higher ups. You ain't got no. Nah, you go. Yeah, you're going. You know what I'm saying? You're going. And I'm pretty sure that Jeffrey Epstein have connections or had when he was alive. Uh, had connections to the higher ups, especially after the photos that the live is about to see. If we get to the, you know what I'm saying? Like this is just some of what you're seeing now on there. So yeah, this is a lot of questions. Like yo, bruh, you don't just get caught up like this. Even if you're a weird, perverted weirdo, you don't just get caught up like this. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Because that's not. Yeah. Because nah, what that seal off for? No, no, no. You nope. No, no. You don't just get caught up like this. It's not no coincidence. Something happened. Something happened. Yeah. Something happened.
They said Epstein's still alive.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I believe, and guess what? I don't put it past him. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? That what you see? You see? So something happened. Something happened. Something happened. We might not know what it is. We might not never, but something happened. Something happened. You don't just get this. Just don't happen like this. No bullshit. Mm-mm. Nope. If you was just a regular rich motherfucker, if you was just a regular rich person that didn't have then okay, you ain't gonna have photos with this a person. Then no, you going to the slammer. You still gonna have money. You might even have money when you come out if they don't freeze your accounts. But you going in the slammer. You're going. You're going. The hell? I'm yeah. You don't just get caught up like that. You could be rich like Donald Trump, but you ain't got no connections to no higher ups or no or so called higher up. You going. You going. You going. And ain't nothing you could do about it but have that lawyer fee. And you ain't got to worry about life. Put it like this. You ain't got to worry about the lawyer fee when you get caught up like this. But that's only because you ain't got power. You ain't got connections like some of these people do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you ain't worrying about lawyer fees, but you're still going to the slammer. You don't just get caught up. You know what I'm saying? People want to know why Diddy getting caught up. Like the reason why he got caught up is because a deal went bad. You understand me? Nobody didn't come
So
out
these
and
these
say,
files I'm showing y'all right now is just some boat photos.
yeah.
Oh, allegedly Epstein and girls on the boat. So I wanted y'all to see a whole bunch of photos. These are just boat photos. I'm going through it, but these
Something
files
went
were
bad.
these files were released today. So these are up to date files. But they redact their faces. You know, they don't redact their faces. So
Like a deal went bad. What he said in the scene in Warrior. You gotta pay the toll. Oh yeah, when you can't pay when you gotta pay your gambling bet. Oh yeah, you gotta pay your due, or you go into the White Mountain. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. You ain't got certain connections, and you doing certain things that ain't touch the day of light, and then they do, you're going. But if you're doing these things and you got certain connections and you're of status, you don't just get caught up like that. Yeah. Something had went down, and some people got mad. Yeah. I mean, even if, again, it's crazy because before actually being apprehended, or before him being, you know what I'm saying, being actually apprehended, there was rumors, but nobody could actually follow up on it or find out anything. Why? Again, connections. And you don't want to just, you want to make sure when you get this person, you want to have all the proof that's needed. You don't want to, because up until then, everything is going to be allegedly. And you don't want to look like an idiot. Yeah. Because you could say, oh, Jeffrey Epstein, at the time. And then, like, okay, if he did such and such, show me, boom, boom, you come back with nothing, which was a very strong likely. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, all of the stuff that we seeing went down, but you think you just about to, oh, yes, Jeffrey Epstein, yes, and he did. You think you was just about to just come out and no? They were like, okay, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he did. Okay, we see you later. Okay, I know. Here's my card. You think you about to just no, no, mm-mm. They had to do notice. They had to do a not too. I can't say they did a very keen investigation. They did an investigation where they recovered most stuff, but they didn't recover everything. And this is why this make me ask the questions that I'm asking. And this is why this is kind of giving me, in my opinion, assumptions that's coming to mind. Because there's no, again, you don't just get like that. Like you just snap your finger, and somebody have to have the power to just snap their finger, and stuff start coming out, and pictures. Yeah. Hell no, bro. But some people don't believe it. So
All right, so what I got on the screen. Oh, you said his breeding program. Wow. Wow.
you see, what type of like what? Uh-huh. That's you see?
You gotta
Yeah.
remember too.
That's a
So this is what I'm gonna say,
that's
right?
cult. That's an
You gotta
occult.
remember.
That's yeah.
You gotta remember. This is a cult, right? It was a cult. He had everything: the money, the people, the influence. You know, um, and he had everything he desired. He didn't want for anything. These dudes go on planes every day, boat on islands, living it up in the 90s, 80s.
2000s, early 2000s. Like they've been doing it for a long time. This why these files is like, yo, I'm reading the journal. I'm just like, yo, like this a man. He's probably responsible for a whole generation type. So I don't know. This is another PDF file.
Mm.
32 pages in this one.
You definitely have a clearer view than I do, but yeah, y'all, as y'all can see on the screen.
All right, so this one. Hold on. Let's put this page up real quick.
Explain to them what that is.
Another journal.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Mm-hmm.
journal. Old enough to drive, too young to go anywhere. Fun.
See, they even being chaperoned. This man chaperoning the underage that shouldn't even be around him.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure they have cars, but as long as they're around him and fulfilling his perverted needs, yeah. And then breeding programs, yeah, that's an occult. What you need a breeding program for, especially pertaining to an underage human being. What you need a breeding program for, you see? They did the same thing in Handmaid's Tale. Same thing. Same God Almighty thing. Yeah.
Hold on. Talk to the people, cuz I'm gonna post on the thing.
Now I was just saying to them, yo, like, yeah, if it's bit, yeah, like I said, y'all definitely might have a clearer view. I keep saying might, y'all gonna have a better view than I can because I see from my screen, um, it's small, but you see as this is a journal and other stuff that's written and stuff, certain things that's redacted. Yeah, and like I said, as these files, as again, because again, as I was saying to y'all earlier, this is stuff that haven't even, and it's not even because I said, as we all see, and I'm seeing this just like how y'all seeing this for the first time. This is all stuff that didn't even touch court at all. Didn't see, didn't even make the case at all. And mind you, whatever we do know, that was done. This is just more shit that you didn't know that was done and that was going on in the meantime, in between time, all of the stuff that was going down with Mr. Epstein. Yeah, you know, Mr.
Mister, I like them young weirdo. Yeah, you know. Again, y'all might have a clearer vision than I do. Uh, as far as seeing what's written on it, what's on the screen there. But yeah, this is again proof stuff that didn't make it to court.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stuff that, because again, proof, there was already proof enough to put him away for an entire lifetime, y'all. This is just extra stuff that would have made sure he stayed underneath there. Like underneath there, you know, had he, you know, survived. Yeah. But again, at the same time, it makes me believe that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't necessarily public enemy number one to begin with. Even though the investigation is justified and the arrest is justified, the motive, not his motive, the overall motive, I believe that there was a bigger motive than this. I'm be honest. I'm just being honest, but this is just my opinion, y'all. It's just my opinion. Yeah. Again, case justified, arrest justified. But I feel like there was a bigger agenda, especially when the rich or when the wealthy battle against the wealthy. Hey, you gotta have money to go to war. Money talk and bullshit walk. So, yeah, yeah.
That's a fact.
You can't go to war and you ain't got no bread.
This is crazy.
But overall, everything else justified completely. And for those that might need me to explain it even a more with more example, even though I don't have to explain shit. Um, when I say everything else is justified, I'm saying him being arrested. What we already know what he's arrested for, and the victims and the so-called victims. Yeah, not what he did and what was being indulged. No, him getting caught and him being arrested. But what I'm also saying is that could there be an agenda? Could there been a wealthy war? Who could take out who? Who would remain? Did it get that serious? Again, let's not forget that in the earlier lives, the girl said that he would be on the phone with people and, threats would be made from time to time. Not a lot, but from time to time. So, yeah. But that's if I wanted to really
You got
investigate
call
and look
records.
on.
I do got them phone calls too.
Yeah.
But they sound so
Mm.
bad. Quality is so bad. It's like really bad.
Yeah, because you gotta remember, it ain't like the phones that we using now. It ain't the technology that we using now. So of course the quality gonna be bad. Even an Android phone from the government had better quality than what you know? Yeah. See I'm someone. See
I
I'm
think
so.
them phone calls. I think they were. I think that was probably caught on a wiretap.
Mm-hmm. So they was tapping the line. Yeah. And it's crazy, y'all, because let's not get this twisted, y'all. They tapped the line then and they tap the line now. So don't think, oh, you finna just, yeah, nah. Still tap the line. Be careful what you say on the line.
Do you see the words on the screen though? What they was writing?
I can only see, but it doesn't stop there. And and,
Mm.
and some of the stuff that's in bold letters, but not all of it. That's weird though, because you talking. Hold on, who's saying it doesn't stop there? Is that the victim,
Victim.
right?
So let me just read it right.
Yeah.
Wishing you all the joy and peace of the Christmas season, but it doesn't stop there. It never stops. Is there a way to break free? There is not. Take your tablets. That's how you survive. Smile. It was incredible, exceptional, exceptional, outstanding performance. Why didn't anyone stop you from the start? Oh, exceptional, outstanding performance for a child. Nothing gets remembered. Got that. A personal, violent, heartbreaking, tragic nightmare. You had to either sink or swim, and you had to learn that very fast. I sworn. So this is New York. Travel to another state, New York. Walk down Madison Avenue, Bristol, 71st Street. I was crying for help, helpless, raging. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yep.
the push cough, y'all. Yeah.
Well, you know,
Strand called gumbo.
we gonna keep spinning the block. And
Yeah, man.
Jeffrey Epstein, road to a million media, man. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Make sure you share the live out. Double tap that screen. Um, hey, hold on. All right, okay. I thought so. I was still going down. Just stop I'm talking to y'all. Um, yeah, man. I catch you on the next one.